Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Prediction time, fight I want to talk to you guys about takes place this Saturday, the 29th of August, as part of the Frank Warren Queensbury show. Very good fight for the IBF International Super Flyweight title, and it's between Sonny Edwards, who is 14-0, and he takes on Thomas Essomba, who is 10-5. Guys, great fight this. If there was ever a fight where I wanted to say do not read too much into someone's record, it would be this fight. Thomas Essomba might be 10-5, but those of you guys who know your boxing out there, you'll know that he's coming off of 2 wins against undefeated fighters, and one he knocked out inside 3 rounds, and I think the guy was like 7-0 with 6 stoppages before he fought. Thomas Essomba is also an Olympian. For me, this is fight the night on Saturday. Really looking forward to this one for a number of reasons. I'll give you guys a quick background into both fighters. I'm going to give you my keys to victory. As always, I will finish with how I see the fight going, which will be my final prediction. Guys, let's start off with Thomas Essomba. Thomas Essomba, as I say, is 10-5. He's only lost in really good company. He's been stopped once, I believe that was by the British and Commonwealth champion Lee McGregor. Kids like Ian Butcher. Ian Butcher was very promising at one time. I remember Ian Butcher from the amateurs myself. Ian Butcher had a top 10 world ranking in the amateurs at one point, I believe, as a junior. He's lost to guys like Kyle Williams, who fought for the British title. But he's a very good fighter. Thomas Essomba, he's been quite unlucky in his career to a certain degree, because the types of fights that he's took on and the kids that he's fought, they're probably fights that people would only start taking on after 10, 11, 12 fights, but he's been taking them on his whole career, so you have to respect the man. I watched a bit of his fights today. I think the lad that he beat in his last fight was called Carsoon. I also watched the win over Sean McGoldrick. That was the one I watched the most. I was very impressed. He seems to be learning slowly and quietly in the programme, Thomas Essomba, and he seems to be getting better with every fight. He's got a very awkward style, throws shots from some bizarre angles, keeps his hands quite low, and you'll see him kind of going side to side, and when he throws, he's not the hardest puncher in the world, but he punches hard enough to massively get your respect. I think he's stopped four people out of his 10 wins, so he is a good fighter, and it takes a good fighter to beat him. But as I say, in his last 2 fights, he's beat 2 undefeated kids in Thomas Essomba, and he has beat, I think the lad's name was Karun. I think he was from Kazakhstan. Watched a bit of that as well, and he was very impressive. He was winning the fight as well, up to the point where he stopped Karun. So he's a good fighter, as I say, Thomas Essomba, and he deserves to be where he's at. He deserves to be in like a co-main event. He's coming off 2 really good wins. He takes on Sonny Edwards on Saturday. Sonny Edwards, we all know Sonny in this country. He's 14-0. Good fighter, Sonny Edwards. If you ask both Edward brothers who is the best, I think both of them say Sonny. So yeah, he's a good fighter. I do see Sonny Edwards going on to a European title and a world title, but one thing that does worry me about Sonny Edwards, if we can touch point on his last fight when he fought, I think the kid was Marcel Braithwaite. He's very good, Sonny. He's a good boxer, but he switches off from time to time, and that worries me a little bit, because I think Thomas Essomba is not someone that you can switch off against at all. He done well, and he did outbox Marcel Braithwaite, but it almost looked at times that he lost concentration. He went on the back foot, invited Braithwaite to come on to him. Now, I know that Sonny is a back foot fighter, and he's got good movement and he relies on his skills over power. That's fine, that's all fine, but sometimes you need to stamp your authority in these fights and not let someone chase you all night, because you can get clipped. And I think Thomas Essomba has got the exact type of engine that if you do invite him onto you all night, then you could find yourself behind on the cards after 6 or 7 rounds and you're trying to claw back. So very interesting. I also watched a bit of the fight with Ryan Farag. I know that was earlier on in his career, but it was a fight that Ryan Farag, for you guys who know your boxing, Ryan Farag was a really good prospect at one time. So I wanted to see how Sonny Edwards handled him, and he handled him extremely well. He won quite wide on the cards. It was early in his career as well, which I found very impressive. Back and watched some recent fights. I think the kid's name's Gallardo or Guarano or something like that. Anyway, sorry about the pronunciation. Very good fight. But Sonny just boxed and kept it under control, etc. He didn't do too much wrong in that fight, and I think that's what got a lot of the British fight fans talking about him, was that fight, because it was very controlled, it was very switched on, and he almost looks at times that he's winning in second and third gear. He doesn't even have to go up to his full potential to win these fights. But if I can quickly move on to keys to victory for Saturday's fight, keys to victory for me, for Thomas Essomba, I think you need to put Sonny Edwards under immense pressure, keep pressurising Sonny Edwards and throwing a lot of shots and making Sonny Edwards work, because if his attention span dips a little bit in the fight, Thomas Essomba could get rounds in there, and as I say, before you know it, he's got a lead. But for me, he has to put Sonny on the back foot, but apply intense pressure and throw shots from awkward angles. For Sonny Edwards, I think for Sonny's keys to victory, I think he needs to adapt a really nice jab on Saturday. I think he needs to keep Thomas Essomba thinking. Jab, don't go on the back foot for too long. If I was Sonny, I would switch in and out of range. I'd go in, I'd plant my feet from time to time, stay nice and compact, throw nice hooks to the body, come up to the head, but then know that it's time to move away and get out of range. So for me, keys to victory for Sonny Edwards, apply the jab and work in and out of range. Guys, on to prediction time. It's a really good fight, very interesting one, because Sonny Edwards worried me a little bit with his last performance. Yeah, he won in points, he was the clear winner, but it just wasn't his best performance. If you look at previous fights before that, he's fought really well, and you have to tip your hat to them, but there's a saying out there, you're only as good as your last fight. So it does worry me a little bit, that performance, and how much better Thomas Essomba is improving as he goes on with those 2 wins over the undefeated prospects. But I think Sonny won't take him lightly on Saturday. I think he knows that he has to be switched on. With the IBF International super flyweight title on the line, it's a chance to go further up the rankings. I think he just needs to stay composed and be very focused. He wants people talking about him. Go and put on a performance. That's how you get people talking about you. Okay? So my prediction for Saturday night is I see a very tough fight, but I see Sonny Edwards maybe just been a little bit too clever for Thomas Essomba, potentially breaking him down in the second half of the fight via stoppage, or winning a points decision. I don't think it'll be an incredibly wide points decision, but I think it'll be convincing enough if it goes the distance. So my prediction is for Sonny Edwards to win in the second half of the fight or on a points decision. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. Please subscribe to the channel, check out the website, check out all of our social platforms. I'll be back to speak to you guys again soon. Thank you.